Good evening, gentlemen. Tonight we shall play a symphony. The orchestra will be made of 6 oboe players, taking off 10 minutes apart. This ingenious system has enabled us to strike with precision on several occasions. The target for tonight is the radio factory in Lille. There are hundreds of 88mm flat guns and searchlights in the area, and you will be within reach of your friends in Abbeville. Your altitude will be 25,000 feet at 210 miles per hour indicated. This bombing method requires the utmost precision and discipline. Being right on the numbers is crucial for success. We do not want to read about civilian casualties in the papers tomorrow, do we, gentlemen? We mustn't upset the locals. They have enough problems being French, as you know. Complete radio silence is in effect, as usual. You will be in touch with Starlight on Channel C. 487 will go in 5 minutes ahead of you with 3 aircraft to drop a window in order to confuse the enemy radars. Then carry out a mock attack on Brussels. V for Victory will be carrying 2 4.5-inch photo flash bombs as well. Good luck.
Alright, g'day everyone, Platypilot here with mission number 2 of V for Victory, the campaign for the Mosquito by Reflected Simulations. Got a strange mission ahead of us tonight. We're going to be doing an oboe bombing mission. So an oboe was a radio-assisted navigation finding bombing mission, I guess, where there's 2 radio stations. One's going to be guiding us along a path, and the other one is going to tell us when to release our bombs. I'm not going to pretend like I understand it any further than that, because I absolutely don't. But it will allow us to bomb a target accurately at night. And yeah, I also heard in the briefing they mentioned something called dropping window. I didn't know what that was, so I had to Google it. As that window is what the Brits called chaff. So we've got some mozzies flying ahead of us to drop chaff in a different location, try and confuse the night fighters. Let us bomb this factory, this radio factory in Lille, hopefully without getting jumped. Yeah, I'm just aiming to, we've got to get up to Angels 25, so we've got a bit of a climb ahead of us. We'll claw our way up there.
Over the sea now, Skipper. Now lights off. Let's fuse the bombs.
Roger that. There's the lights off. That's in my... And fuse up those bombs.
Roger. Dev lights off. Bombs fused.
Speaking of bombs, we've got 2 bombs in the bomb bay, just regular ones, and then we've got 2 photo flash bombs.
Okay, Navigator, we're at 8,000 feet now. Oxygen on. Roger, Skipper. Oxygen on.
We've got 2 photo flash bombs on the wings, and the photo flash bombs will detonate mid-air and make a huge flash, and we'll, using, you know, timings, we'll take a photo of what's going on beneath us to show us whether or not we actually hit our target. Also, speaking of oxygen, for anyone who's flying the Mosquito, to turn on the oxygen, it's actually a 2-step process. There's the little switch down here, that one. Showing up means that's on. But there's also a high pressure valve over here. Let me get my torch out for you. This valve needs to be turned on as well. I may have found that out the hard way.
So how does this Oboe system work again? Oh, you haven't used it before, have you, sir? Afraid not. It's very simple, really. There are 2 stations in England called Cat and Mouse. We know the exact of the target from each station, so when we're at precisely that distance from each, they'll tell us to drop our bombs. Piece of cake. Understood, but how do we know the exact distance? Firstly, we'll intercept the arc around the cat station. We will hear more signals. Dots when we're too close to the station, and dashes when we're too far. When we're on track, the dots and dashes will merge into a constant hum, just like an oboe. The mouse station will then monitor our distance, and when we approach the magic number, bingo, they'll let us know. Good lord, there's some genius.
There you go, a much better explanation. Check in with Starlight on Channel C. I could have sworn they said that this was supposed to be done in radio silence, but okay, sure.
Starlight, buckshot calling, where you want to check in?
Roger. Carry on as briefed.
Switch the supercharger over to auto because getting into thinner air and standard setting is not cutting it. Right, well, nice and high now, we're contrailing. Alright, so we just passed Angels 20 there, still got a couple more 1,000 feet to go. Things are going to get complicated really fast, so I'm just trying to get up to our target altitude quickly. That way I can get my speed and my altitude sorted out, and then I can focus on staying on the radio track once we're there. Because it's not a straight line either, the radio track, it's the outside of a circle, right? So it's going to curve. It's going to be very difficult to stay on it, and the radio track itself is very narrow. Speaking of the devil.
Let me tune the radio to cat station. You'll hear dot signals because we're still too close to the station, so keep flying east.
I believe we've got some radio... Yep. We've got some notification XYZs. So I think those are our friends over there. Our decoy mozzies. Good luck, boys.
That was an X signal from the cat station, meaning we're 20 miles from the path. Keep flying east.
Roger that.
Okay.
Okay, that is Angels 25 there.
Turn on the cabin heating, will you? It's bloody freezing up here.
Priorities.
Okay, skipper.
It's nice and warm in here, I can tell you that. I'm actually starting to sweat a bit trying to get this sorted. Just trying to get us trimmed to stay at Angels 25, but it's proving difficult. This has to be precise. I can't. Oh, it looks like our friends over there have been spotted. Hopefully those night fighters get zone in on them and not me. Yeah, that beeping is definitely not the least annoying sound in the world. But that's going to be our friend for the next good while, I think. So why we're 10 miles from target? Or our steer point at least.
Hello, Starlight. This is Buckshot 2. We're airborne and taking him.
Acknowledged.
that's our speed there. That's a Y, I think. Oh no, sorry, that was Zulu, 5 miles. So, game face is on.
Hear that, Skip? Note the faint dashes between each dot. This means we're getting closer to the track. Steer starboard to 135 to intercept the arc at a shallow angle.
135.
That's it, we're on track. Steer to an approximate heading of 170 and use your ears to stay on the arc. Oh, I'm afraid we've come a bit too far, Skipper. Hear the dashes dominating. Turn starboard 190 to get back on the path. It's only 35 yards wide, so that doesn't leave much room for error.
Alright, 190 there. Now, I don't want to overcorrect and start zigzagging along the path. I want to just make very gradual corrections and try to intercept this track gently. Because if I come in at too sharp an angle, I'm just going to blow straight through the track and then I'll be on the other side of it before I even know it. But yeah, dashes means I'm too far to the left. Yeah, I just blew through the pass then. Yeah, dashes mean I'm too far to the left, and dots mean I'm too far to the right. Lost a bit of altitude, that's alright though. Make small, easy correction. 190 is probably where I want to be. I mean, not 180, sorry. 170.
That was an S and 4As coming from the mouse station. We're at IP, 10 minutes from the target. It's essential to keep the briefed altitude at 25,000 feet and a speed of 210 miles per hour indicated. Otherwise, we're wasting our time. Okay?
Okay, I'm just going to hold this, because it does curve off to the right, because it is a circle, like I mentioned. If I just hold this, then I should slide onto that outside, onto the circle. The curve, I guess. Alright, speed's good, altitude's good. Oh, we got searchlights. Any day now I'm going to intercept this track. There it is.
Here comes the coastline.
I just need to make a very slight, very gentle turn. Probably far. I'm going too far out. Yeah, like you can see how finicky this is. Goodness, I'm actually sweating. Alright, so we did mention 190, so I'm hoping that will be enough to take me back on without just blowing through the path. Speed's still good, altitude's decent. On the path, and I've blown through it. Remember how I said I didn't want to zigzag across the path? Turns out, easier said than done. Oh boy, we've been spotted. And I cannot take evasive action while I'm doing this either. God damn, I just... so quick. Small corrections, small corrections. I'll try and bracket it. Maybe we'll go 175 this time instead of 170.
Christ, those bloody searchlights. It's 6 minutes to target, sir. Now then set up for the bomb run and confirm our estimated ground speed.
Yep, alright. Bombay doors open. That will give me plenty of time to sort that shit out.
Our estimated ground speed is 325 miles per hour.
Roger, 325.
Okay, 185. I'm way too fast. Yep, blew straight through the path. Come on, move. I'm getting closer and closer each time. Stay on the path, please. Increase speed a little bit. Lose a little bit of altitude. Oh, come on, hurry up, target. Almost didn't arm the bombs then. That would have been really close. On path. Oh, give me the bell. Give me the bell. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Move, move, move.
That's 5 dots followed by a long dash. We should drop exactly when the long dash ends on a steady heading of 193. As soon as the release signal starts, make sure you correct our heading, otherwise our bombs will miss even though we're on the path. Roger, standing by for the release signal.
Oh my god. I'm losing altitude as well. Too fast.
Ocean 3 to Starlight. We're airborne. Over.
Roger, carry on as briefed.
Come on. On the path. This is stressful. Speed's good. Altitude's getting there. Jesus. Oh my god, we're being shot at. I've been so absorbed in this. Woo. I gotta turn to 190, which is...
Bomb's gone. Good. Now maintain course. Speed and height until our bombs reach the ground so that the photo flash that went with them can be picked up by the vertical camera. What? There's another 40 seconds of things sitting down to the flame gun. Got to be joking. No, sir. We need that photo to see whether we hit the target or not.
Oof.
There goes the photo flash.
Can we go now?
Jolly good. Now let's bugger off before those crickets find us. Roger. Starboard turn to 314 for Blighty.
Yep, you don't have to tell me twice.
314. Okay, let's go home now.
Let's put this Mozzie speed to the test, shall we? Now, I'm really not sure if my bomb's hit. Like, I feel like it would have been close, but...
Dude, look at those fires down there, Skipper. It's like a bloody inferno. My God, you can light your flag on any of those.
I heard a couple of dings here and there, so I don't know if there's any holes in my Mozzie or not. Not getting any movement in the pedals, which is good. And yeah, like I said, yeah, it doesn't look like... How's that fuel going? Our wing tanks are about to go. Switch over to the main tanks. Oh hey, I should probably close the bomb bay. It might help us speed up a bit.
Keep your eyes peeled for fighters.
Oh yeah, fighters. I'd forgotten about them. Once we get clear of France, I'll probably tune into that home beacon for Manston. Yeah, it seems like the flax let us go. And that's probably Buckshot 2 going in for his bomb run, and he looks like he's copping it. The searchlights are definitely after us. Oh, spotlight. Do you know how rude it is to shine lights in people's eyes?
Starlight, buckshot. 20 plus bandits. 15 miles to the south of you. Climbing.
Oh, good.
We can get a piece on north.
That sounds like a plan to me. Well, yeah, he's mentioned south. We're going north, so that's the best place to be going. Away from enemy fighters. Just trying to do some zigzags to get rid of this spotlight. Where he starts calling flak onto me. I really hope that's the decoy mozzies ahead of us on their way home. I'm just gonna arm the guns before I forget. Alright, so I don't want to get too much lower, otherwise we're gonna have problems with flak crossing the coast.
Hello, Starlight. This is Buckshot 4. We're airborne and checking in.
Acknowledged.
Oh, I hope... Oh, he's still getting it. Go back to bed, Jerry. There's better things to be doing right now. I was just thinking, like, that's a nice town down there. Weird that it doesn't have any AAA. Oh, like, spotlights. Don't mind me, just a British fighter going home. I'm no threat to anybody. Oh, no. I didn't get the memo, guys. Climb a bit as well. Off to aim.
Germany calling, Germany calling, Germany calling. One would describe as the height of citizen. A message sent by the First Lord of the Admiralty to the captain of the British destroyer Cossack, congratulating him on his gallant rescue efforts. Only a person of Mr. Churchill's mentality could congratulate anybody, first on shooting unarmed men, and secondly, on flagrantly violating Norwegian neutrality.
That was Lord Haw Haw, wasn't it, sir? Believe it was, yes. Bloody traitor.
Lord Haw Haw, I believe, was an English Nazi propaganda radio personality who would broadcast these shows where he would essentially talk shit about the British people trying to undermine their resolve. And kind of like a psyop, I guess. He always spoke with a sort of parody of a British upper class accent. I wonder if that was a real recording. Switch my supercharger back to regular. Alright, now that we've got some breathing room, I'm gonna, once again, get us in the flying nice and even, and then I'm gonna jump into Daniel's lap. 397. Torch. Now look over here, Night Fighters, no torch. No torch for you. Alright, we don't actually need to listen to that, so let's turn down the volume.
We're approaching England, sir. Let's turn on the resi lamps to be safe.
Sounds good to me.
Roger. Look, Skipper, the English coastline. What a beautiful sight, isn't it? It certainly is.
Yeah, it looks alright, I guess.
Nav lights on when we cross the coastline, and don't forget to flash the ident letters with the recognition light when we're downwind the runway, sir. Would be a rotten shame to be shot down by our own boys, wouldn't it, sir? Rotten shame indeed. Hello, Starlight. This is Buckshot. We're checking out and returning to base.
Acknowledged.
And that definitely felt like a shorter trip home. Probably helps that we weren't climbing to 25,000 feet, but we were diving. Oh man, I really hope we hit the target. I know I was slightly low and I was just off the track, but it is a big factory and I'm hoping that we still manage to hit something. I need to switch on my downward Morse, yep. Not working. There's our green flare. Switch it to steady to acknowledge. The landing lights and the nav lights on as well. Well, get rid of some of the speed. Alright. Gear down.
Landing checklist. Fuel. Tanks checked. Radiator open. Brakes. Off. Pressure check. Rears. Down and hot. Marks. 2850. Flaps.
Let me just slow down before I can drop these flaps. Otherwise I could rip them off. Alright, 150. Flaps coming down. No, they're not. Try again. Laps coming down. There we go. Laps are down. Yes.
Oh.
Alright, any landing you can walk away from is a good one. Right, let's get ourselves parked and let's get these photos developed and let's see if all of that was worth anything. And spin. Nailed it. Alright, RPM's off. Let's get rid of the magnetos.
Now let's go to interrogation and have the target photo developed. I want to see how accurate our bombing was tonight.
Okay, here's where we find out if this was actually worth it.
Look, we hit the factory smack in the middle.
Oh.
Jolly good show.
Oh man. Man, that was... I was actually sweating for a good part of that, man. Whew. Alright, well, that's the mission done, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, ring bells, all the good stuff, and I hope to see you in the next one. Catch you around, guys.